bitch.
You a stallion, baby, you know you got.
Yeah. We the best music. Another one. Life is beautiful.
High volume.
DJ Khaled.
Pull up in that two-tone, got me feeling like a Jetson. Flooded off my sneaky link, like shorty like my best. Pop a bag on her, I'm a sponsor, she my investment. She not the only one without no questions. She don't want me with nobody else. She just want me all to herself. She don't show me nobody else.
Keep going.
She just want me all to herself. Make her feel like a superstar. She way above average. I just do spaghetti cause I'm a barbarian. Soon as I put a paddock on her, nanny's whole staring. Almost went to therapy, but you was all I needed. I can't even front, you gave me something to believe. No more automobiles, take your talent to believe. You came up and leave cause you call a nigga cheat. Every single night we burn stage cause we toxic. Mushrooms got us outside our bodies. So used to be swallowing, now you turn her riding. Anytime I leave out on tour, don't be plotting. Every time I'm leaving out the door, she talk fights. Just make sure you're holding me down before out your sight. I go up for Grammys, been body shit international. Whatever you do, just stay true and show passion. When you talk, be precise.
I took a flight for the paddock. You said, be oh so dramatic, I guess. Anything you want, boy, forget it. You just make me feel so. I took a chance and you grabbed it. You said, don't worry, I got it. You said, you just make me feel so.
Every single night we burn stage cause we toxic. Mushrooms got us outside our bodies. She's so used to me swallowing, now it's turning her riding. Anytime I leave out on tour, don't be plotting. Every time I'm leaving out the door, she talk fights. Just make sure you're holding me down before out your sight. I go up for Grammys, been body shit international. Whatever you do, just stay true and show passion. When you talk, be precise. She's so beautiful, she give life to the lifeless. It's a miracle that she cured me from her vices. Keep it spiritual, don't give up if you're righteous. I go digital, spending cash. Pump a gas on all my staff. Heaven and hell, good or bad. Don't be sad. Christian Dior, shopping Paris. Nothing is bad.
I took a flight for the paddock. You said, be oh so dramatic, I guess. Anything you want, boy, forget it. You just make me feel so. I took a chance and you grabbed it. You said, don't worry, I got it. You said, you just make me feel so beautiful.
Your lips are telling me yes, while you're kissing on my neck, making me feel so. Should I stay? Should I go? I don't know. Your hot boy style drives me wild, but in the back of my mind, I know. I wanna see how you put that thing on me. I can't let you pass on me, even though I wanna see how you put that thing on me. I can't let you pass.
High volume. High volume.
I feel like falling in love. I'm in the mood to fuck something up. I need some drink in my cup. Hey, I'm in the mood to fuck something up. I wanna go missing. I need a prescription. I wanna go higher. Can I sit on top of you? I wanna go where nobody's been. Have you ever had fun like this? Oh, we gon' fuck up the night. Black bodies, spaceships fly. Unapologetic when we fuck up the night.
all about me. Yeah.
Yeah. They can see you all right.
Whoa. I got feelings for you. Hope you
Hey,
ain't
y'all.
on the crew. How many bodies you
We
got?
adjusting over here.
It ain't more than a few.
Instagram.
Know that you dealt with some
We ain't never done this before. But welcome. Welcome. Back to.
She got a new G-Wag. She
I don't know if we call this another episode of, just welcome back to RichTube TV. You know what I'm saying? I'm the host, Richie Nelson. We got one of the guests for the No Love Take the Mic. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
I go by Danxthagoat. My name, that's where you can find me on all streaming platforms. Find me on all social media. But that's Dan, D-A-N, at the D-H-A.
Now, why'd you decide to go with that? And I'm listening to you, but you know what I'm saying? We on stream. I'm trying to go ahead and get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be on here a little second, y'all. So anybody got questions in the comments? But yeah.
So basically, my real name is Daniel. Basically, if you look up the name of that, it's basically meaning that God is my judge. I put the X on there, you know, the normal Malcolm X, the unknown, us not knowing our X name and things like that.
Is that why people do that?
So basically, like Malcolm X, his name was really Malcolm Little.
Oh, yeah. I knew that part, but I was thinking about... What?
Basically symbolize the unknown of what last names would have been. Kind of goes with my brand. Thought you could always do the whole like greatest of all time thing, but ultimately my brand is called Ripe Life, which is spelled R-Y-P-E, Life, and it stands for Reach Your Peak Elohim.
I'm still tripping off this X thing.
So it's a little deep, but basically my whole like mission in music is for us to realize that we are gods, and at the end of the day, whatever you want to put your mind to, you can make it happen.
Now, is that what you usually try to leave people with every time you even doing an interview like this? Like,
yeah, that's because again, that's my mission at this point in my music career.
Who was the first person that made you feel like that, like musically?
You're saying as far as
like the message that you trying to bring. Like, when was this?
Well, if you listen to Rakim, he's mentioning that a lot. You know, when he says, Rakim Allah, he's basically a 5%er. So his message is doing that. Wu-Tang, they have a lot of references to that as well. But me personally, when it comes to why I started doing it, it was more so me doing my own research and reading religious books and things like that in order to just grasp what this is entirely. And when you read those books, you start to see all types of scriptures telling you what you are. Even Jesus basically telling you that the kingdom of God is within you.
Now, is that what you feel like set you apart from like other artists? Because one of the questions I was going to ask you was, what of the other contestants, even the other winners, kind of like what made you? What do you think made you stand out? What do you think made you different from the rest of them?
I think most of the times when I do like these open mics and things, I would say the difference is the fact that I am delivering a message. And I try to give you good sounding beats as well as a good hook, give you those lyrics, give you those flows. So I would say more so than anything, I believe my message is
is the key difference between what you're gonna hear majority of the time.
You see me on the screen, do you? Am I spelling it right?
On this screen,
This one right here. Did I just miss it? Okay, bet.
so it's all one word, and you're gonna put A right.
Oh, okay. The instead of Z.
Put it all together. And then
Now, before we play a song, what song do you listen to like it's not even you?
as far as my music, be honest with you, I really kind of don't listen to myself that much because as an artist, I kind of make the song, and by the time you guys get it, I'm already in a sense sick of it a little bit. so I really listen to it more so when I'm writing it.
It's not just me, cause by the time whenever I do music, cause I dabble in it a little bit. By the time the public hear, I done played it about 1,000 times, so it's just like, yo, this gone crazy. All right, I'm about to play it again. Well, hold on, you ain't got to do all that. Like, and it's not because I'm, you know what I'm saying, like subconscious. Just like, bro, I done played this at least a smooth 1,200 times before you even got to hear it once. Like, you thought I was gonna put some bullshit out? No, hell no. So it's just like, yo.
So yeah, kind of when I get in my mode, then I pretty much go through all of them. It's not really a favorite, I would say. Once I'm in that creative space, I'm kind of on to the next song.
So this one is called Malcolm X. Since he brought up that, like, I'm still tripping off this X. Cause like, hey, I'm still tripping off this X thing. We might have to revisit that. But like, this is Malcolm X by Danxthagoat. So it's Danxthagoat, cause you know what you're saying. It's by Danxthagoat. Cause you know some people had an X and it's silent. That's what tripped me out. It was just like, cause you know what I'm saying, like Lil Nas X. It was like not just Lil Nas. What the fuck is that X there for? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And it will never be stopped until we stop it ourselves.
hold on, before we start, I just want to say shout out Denzel Washington, because like when I listen to that, I'm like, bro, was that Denzel or was that really Malcolm?
No, that was really Malcolm.
And I'm like, bro, that was really Malcolm. That nigga Denzel was good. All right. I'm
he did his name. My grandfather was in that movie.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so, you know when they at the table when he meets Archie and all of them.
Yeah.
My grandfather, the light skinned dude.
Bro,
he live in Melbourne.
I'm ready to go back and watch. I'm like, oh, you seen that meme? What about
the
there you go right there? There you go right there.
I was trying to get him some money for that.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to pay me no attention.
Revolution is a marathon. They talking to him, word the Farrakhan. You want your freedom, be prepared for death by any means necessary, like a Malcolm X. So you got a gun, I got a gun too. Posted by the window, check out all the shit we go through. All this over skin don't stand for something, you got nothing left. Willing to die for the people like a Malcolm X. I'm in no wild without a bow tie. I got a strap instead, no hotel, but you know why? If God took land through bloodshed, heaven's gonna be shalom. When he took your home, when he took your language, where you living, go force fed your religion, bro. Focus on playing that shit, them change sheets, trans police badges, them hound dogs, turn German chef, they want the world problem. No, I left government assistance to put your man aside. Abortion clinic up the road like a Lakers stove to help your genocide. Got you relying on plan B, but all that say to me is you plan to fail. If it's flying like QEP, that's power to the people. Now when you gon' free you, blacked out like a panther, but this kill mother. Fuck bondage, go ahead and bury me in that ocean. Meant to freedom, my focus hard to me, but I know this. No uproar when we kill each other. Sorry, I know this, y'all just hit record, support, kill your brother. Sorry, I know this, niggas play tough, but only with each other. No repercussions over Sonya Massey, could've been your mother. Revolution is a marathon. They talking to him, word the Farrakhan. You want your freedom, be prepared for death by any means necessary, like a Malcolm X. So you got a gun, I got a gun too. Posted by the window, check out all the shit we go through.
This joint must be powerful because we keep losing Instagram. I think Zuck somewhere like, hey, nah, we can't let this happen.
Just let you in a little secret.
Hold
Being
on.
the one.
So that was Malcolm X. Now, what? Because that was like, I would almost say like, bro, you trying to incite a riot, and look, you already getting. I think we like. I used to make a joke on stream like we just lost Facebook. I'm like, bro, I don't think we getting the gram back. Like they're gonna have to catch the clips for this one. But like, when you made that, like, what inspired you? What state of mind were you in? Like, what piece of art had you just saw? I know there was a lot of questions at once. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to answer me in any order.
So I was writing. Basically, I was doing a lot of like African studies and books. I cannot think of the names of the books at this time. But I do know it was around the time with Sonia Massey. And you know, I saw that video. And yeah, that's when I started writing my little EP, More Rebellion. And more spelled like the Moors. So
that's a
as
good
I
pun.
was kind of writing that, you know, I think that was actually the first song that I wrote for that one. It was Malcolm X. So yeah, it was kind of just
like the tone setter, if nothing else.
Yeah, it was the beginning. So on that tape, I would say it's probably my personal least favorite. But
the least is crazy.
That's probably my least favorite on that tape. But you know.
So what would you call the most?
The best one?
Yeah.
Is between the other two. And which are actually the two songs that I did perform at the event.
Big shouts to Alicia Marie. Big shouts. We might even, matter of fact, we might call her while we on stream.
This must stop. And we got something for your behind in here tonight.
Now, see, I see another song named after a title. Well, titled after a particular name as this. Now, not at all. Before we start the song, we gotta learn, y'all. What's up?
Khalid Muhammad was he used to be in the Nation of Islam. He was actually taught by Farrakhan. Farrakhan and him kind of got into a riff a little bit because he was very unapologetic. Like he didn't, as much as you would probably say Farrakhan doesn't sugarcoat it, he was like Farrakhan on like steroids because he didn't sugarcoat anything. So if you
sometimes I like think Farrakhan don't sugarcoat anything because I didn't you know what I'm saying, listen to a couple hits.
They pretty much got into it a little bit about that because it was like
a tact issue.
It was like no filter. It was like, you know, Farrakhan got a little of a filter, but there was just no filter with him. So he ended up joining like the new Black Panthers after that. Yeah, so good people for you to look into. You
Get
know.
out of my pocket! Get out of my pocket! And if you start
I kind of like your
running down
approach
one
like, as far as
of
like
these
titles,
goddamn
naming them after like
we
certain
will
figures.
bury
That's
you
that's
right
real dope.
here in the Opera Dempsey Auditorium. Keep your behind in your seat. It's the bullet or the bullet, no choice but for me to pull it. Sick and tired of being sick and tired.
I think you said no chaser. Did you want to partake? Did you want to part? Oh, this that reposado. Red tequila. Well, no, it ain't the brown like a Neho brown, but it ain't that Blanco. Yeah.
I am a revolutionary in my head on repeat. Black Messiah, you bet it. This Panther while he asleep. Niggas talking about voting for the slave master, they rally. But I don't want neither one, I want freedom. The only reason they run shit cause you believe that you need.
Nah, this flow on here crazy.
This matrix won't let you out. I offered you red pills, but you still in the booze. Only answers to fight back, you ignoring the clues. They like put a right to vote. Ancestors died and bled for you, but they wouldn't want us defeating the system not meant for you. What happened to freedom of independence? You scared of being alone, scared of building a nation of your own. What happened to black nationalism? You know things like that. House niggas like, how could you even dream like that? It's the bullet or the bullet, no choice but for me to pull it. Sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm unapologetic like Khaled Muhammad. And I ain't sugarcoating shit if I'm keeping it honest. Ain't no way you can stop it. Think you won't pay for all the shit you did. Pay what you owe, sooner or later you gon' wish you did. I'm unapologetic like Khaled Muhammad. You choose peace, but you ain't choosing but giving an option. No way you can stop this.
No apology. Only bright ideas worth the Socrates. Hey, so that was Khaled Muhammad. That's how I say it, Khaled or Khalid. Cause I done heard. Feel like I know two different people spelt the same way, two different pronunciations.
It might pronounce it Khalid, Khaled.
Now this overall project, the title being More Rebellion. Now, did you find yourself why that title basically for this particular EP?
Again, based off like the samples, and honestly, my thought process. My thoughts are we allow people to do things to us, and we just sit and watch and record at this point.
Damn.
So they're gonna just keep doing it until.
Come on, man!
Until you realize
that was a little too.
Do something.
That was a little too right on the head right there, bro. I was like, "Hey, bro."
That's ultimately what it is. We're gonna keep going through it until, we see wrong and we stop wrong, versus seeing wrong and crying on the newscast about what just happened. See,
I brought it a little close. I was like, yeah, man, I keep letting them up play in my face, bro. Like that's why that's why I went with it. I wasn't even thinking about the grand scheme of things. I was like, you right too, but I was like, bro.
Ideally, even with the cover of my project, that's a mugshot of me. And then of course we have the Emmett Till slave where he whipped them on the back when they had the dogs on us. So basically,
I'm about to shut it.
Without even really with it naturally happening, the reason I was even locked up from that was because of some people trying to jump me, and
well, you're still here, so it must not have worked out.
So all of the how it went with the system and them trying to put things on my name that I didn't do and stuff like that. So it basically all ended up like it all was supposed to happen that way for me to put this up. So more, the reason I spelled it like the Moors is because from my research, Moor just means black. So the title really would be Black Rebellion.
Right. Black Rebellion.
Rebellions, you have rebels, which are all the three of those people that I named. People who are rebelling against one thing or the other.
So we gotta play the third one. As do y'all see the title? No, not from the React screen, but on YouTube. Y'all don't see the title either. So this one is Dr. John Henrik Clarke. Now, you gave us a rundown on the first two. Well, the Malcolm X rundown was more so a shout out to Denzel. But why this particular rebel? Now that we know that they're all rebels, which was a cool ass theme too. I want to point that out there. Like, so why this particular rebel to start it off with too?
So now Dr. John Henrik Clarke is the one that pretty much let us know the truth about religion and how we're being shackled by religion in our minds. So at this point, we keep praying to something that doesn't respond. We're looking to something that we're not able to see, hear, or anything. And when you go back, you realize that when you're praying, you only hear your voice. When things happen for you, it's due to your actions. When bad things happen to you, you put yourself in certain situations to get to that bad result. So when you realize that everything is you, you're the one, you're your devil, you're your God, you're the one that's creating this reality that'll free you. But the more that you have images of, I have to say it blatantly, but a white Jesus. No matter how much you know,
About to
from
lose
the
YouTube
scriptures,
too.
but
We're
no
gonna lose
matter-
all the sites today.
You know what I'm saying? But no matter how much you say you know that Jesus was black, you see that white man's face in your head when you say Jesus.
Mm.
And it's because it's been engraved in your mind so much. And when you read your book, you realize that Jesus again was telling you that it was you. And that is within you. He never told you to worship him. He never told you these things. So ultimately, Dr. John Henry Clark was one of the first master teachers who was teaching about Kemet and you know, the institution of religion and how it's has a hold on our people. So
Look,
long-winded answer, but
well, no, that's exactly what we want. So yeah, we finna play that now while I'm getting that ready, y'all. So we streaming next week, right? And guess what we doing when we stream? We are, matter of fact, I'm gonna tell y'all after this stream. But just to let y'all know, we streaming next week, but we doing some old cool shit with it.
Stop. Religion is the organization of spirituality into something that became the handmaiden of conquerors. Nearly all religions were brought.
The handmaiden of conquerors. Bro, you ever like stumbled in somewhere and like they said something real and like you sat down, I'd have sat right down as soon as he said, I've been like, carry on.
he was the one.
Oh, what the? Oh man.
People and imposed on people by conquerors and used as the framework to control their mind. My main point here is that if you are the child of God and God is a part of you, then in your imagination, God's supposed to look like you. And when you accept a picture of the deity assigned to you by another people, you become the spiritual prisoners of that other people.
Ancestors went through bondage, now that bondage on your mind. Shackles in the form of last name, shit ain't even mine. Programming from the very start, I'll free your mind. Though like Dr. John Henry Clark. Ancestors went through bondage, now that bondage on your mind. Boxed in by religion, go this God ain't even mine. Programming from the very start, I'll free your mind. Though like Dr. John Henry Clark. Colonizer, the same one that you named after. Family reunion, just praising the name of slave master. He said your name is Toby. I said I'm Kunta, that's George Floyd. Surrounded by people that ain't gonna do nothing. Your own people gon' watch the killing. Tweet and forget it. If your own kind was the one that did it, you on a mission. What's the difference?
Hey, this the one you play on the way to the march. Bro, y'all got everything. But yeah, get the extra raps. Yeah, we're gonna be out there a while. Turn that up. That's crazy right there. Yeah. Yeah, this was gonna get you out the door.
You gotta get your mind free.
Out of context, the scene I see, I don't know if you've seen Transformers Dark Side of the Moon, where they was rounding people up early that morning, and there's this mother sitting outside the hotel room like, yep, I'm gonna turn up on folk, bro. Like, that's exactly what I was like, yep, when the post had cry me, bro, I want that, bro. That's yeah, this one go. So that was the entire. Now it was a little out of order, but that was the entire More Rebellion EP. Now we might just have it running in the background like all the way through, but it was like, yo, those were 3 solid songs. The theme went crazy. The artwork itself. Can y'all see the artwork? Y'all can see the artwork, right? Hold on. Yeah, the artwork right there, like crazy. Now, is this the latest, or is this one was?
That was the most recent one that I did. I started with Elohim.
Now look, I'm gonna keep it on screen that way y'all know how to spell it too. Cause yeah, I don't know if y'all seen me earlier. I was yeah, it was whooping my ass. Now, let's talk about some other avenues. Hold on, let me cut the low file. Get real deep thoughtish. Now, is there anything else that you thought about like doing like outside of music?
Outside of music,
Like as far as like entertainment wise.
Entertainment wise.
Oh, hold on, let me rephrase it. How else have you getting the message out?
So I also do martial arts. So training to become a better and goal is to open up a gym. So with that, again, like I said, my logo, my brand is basically you being the GOAT. You are you at your greatest form. So basically, I would be teaching that message through martial arts as well, which is the same message that you can do whatever you put your mind to. Coach actually in the gym, he used to make us burpees if we said can't. And I don't know if he noticed what he was doing, but that played another role and got to this point. Just definitely saved my life. Getting into a lot of fights. And my last one, I realized I gotta do it now and everything. So I realized I got more to lose. Now that it's not just me. So once I started training, and I'm going in there, you're seeing the word, and now you getting punished for it. It made you take it out of your vocabulary. And as I got into my physical, it made me want to get my mind right as well, which turned me into reading books and doing art history. So do the music, do the martial arts, and honestly, just do the community right now. Like I have younger kids, who have friends come over to the house all the time, and just try to better them and guide them in the right path.
That's what's up. Like to really kind of like understand the end goal and just, already working on how to get there. Cause I feel like that's what a lot of people like. A lot of people want to leave something. They want to lead something, but leave what? Lead to where? You know what I'm saying? Like just, it's nice to see somebody with an end goal, and it's just like to go about getting it. Now, you did mention reading the books. Now, what's the last book that you read that's kind of like not really on the radar of like the general like public?
So I just finished a book called Black Freemason. I forget what the author's name is, but yeah, just finished reading into that. So that was more so about Prince Hall. All that it took for them to be able to get a black Freemasonry thing going. That was more about just kind of the history of basically. Because, you hear the Illuminati and all this when it comes to them. But when you realize that, Masons were the ones who funded the NAACP, now they went the wrong way. I know that they don't have to do it. Main purpose in the beginning was to be able to fight for outright and things like that. So they funded that, they gave out scholarships, things like that. So they do a lot in the community. Got a bad rap right now, but I just seek knowledge at this point.
I'm just trying to learn. That's real. All right, so let's we're gonna shift gears a bit. What was? Now I know we've been kind of talking real. I ain't gonna say like deep, but like just kind of like real. So beyond like the social stuff, but let's go back shallow. What's the pettiest reason that you didn't go out on the second date with a young individual?
Recently?
I mean, if you got a recent petty reason, like
not anymore. But you saying not going on a second date?
Mm-hmm.
Go on a second date with you never intended.
So it was like, did they?
Honestly, I didn't like the date type. Like that just wasn't my thing.
I ain't mad at that. Like, yeah.
You know, if it was intended to be a one night, that was what was in my mind, and that's what it was gonna be.
That I didn't really think about it like that because I was about to say, I was like, yeah, bro, because yeah, you ain't got to spend. If she like you, she gonna hang out anyway. But he was like, hey, look, man, we might have went on that first one, but it was first and last. Ricky Bobby. You know? Hey, I'm not.
You know, I don't know that there's a reason. Like I see something in somebody and be like, nah, I ain't messing with it. Right? Yeah,
man, I'm too observant. But it'd be a conversation change. It'd be something, I don't know, making it about themselves all the time. Something it's always an itch. It's always be like, man, what the fuck? You know what? Don't even worry about it. Let's just go. We'll call it a night.
Yeah, now, I mean, I'm engaged still, but now.
Hey, congrats.
Thank you. But if that didn't work, now it's about your mind. So too rich, too ignorant, you know, they gotta be balanced. You gotta feed your mind to that. I wouldn't be able to deal with somebody that's in a low vibration.
I hear that term a lot, and I'm not really sure. So it's just like, is the term vibrational? Is it kind of subjective? So when you say like low vibe, like you kind of not just vibing with me and I think highly of myself. So if you're not vibing with me and my high thinking self, and you vibing low, or is it really levels to this?
No, you could just tell with people are with their conversation. Honestly, have you read the book?
Oh yeah, I don't disagree. I was like, yeah, you cooking? Go ahead.
You can tell. When somebody is not, it's a personal thing. I wouldn't even say there's a grand scope of low because there's people who go.
I mean, because I respect both point of views. Like if there was like levels to vibration, because when I hear it, I'm like, so is there like a mid vibration? Because there's obviously a low, and I'm assuming there's a high. Like there's like, yeah, you mid vibey, but you alright, you good. I don't like the shoes you got on, but you mid vibey. Put it like
this. Low vibration for me personally is
that's somebody. Yeah, hey, what do you consider low vibration? Yeah, let me go ahead and add that to the journalist question. Like, yeah.
But again, trauma to me is low vibration. Because it's like, while we sitting here gossiping about that person, we just giving them energy. Because you don't. Ultimately, if you don't like somebody, why you talking about it?
I like that. Since we just came up with this question, and I'm probably gonna clip this out. What I personally consider low vibration is gray areas. Because why you not saying some shit you could stand? Like why you murking this up? Like why you can't say what it is? If you don't know what it is, then you just stand on like, look, I don't fucking know what it is. But like to like kind of just like, yeah, like what is this? What are these dots you keep putting at the end? Like what does this mean? So yeah, that's what I would consider low vibe. Like yo, say some shit you can stand on. Don't say no shit that you kind of gotta re-explain after you explained it the other day and the two explanations don't match. Like you fucking it up. Like it sound like there was something emotionally driven. Like anything somebody kind of put out there emotionally and can't stand them. That's what I consider low vibe. But I'm not no high vibe person. That's just a question that we just came up with on the spot. That was the purpose of the live. Like yeah, that's just me. That's what I consider low vibe. This Richie Nelson. Like and subscribe. That's how you clip shit out. Oh shit. Now, growing up, tell me about your influences outside of the music. What kind of influenced you to be who you are today? Like somebody like maybe you were at a low point and you kind of like look back to how they moved, to how they inspired you, and you kind of got back on track.
Well, I was born in New York. I was in New York till I was 9. New Jersey till I was 18, and then I went to Central. So I've been here since then. So just growing up, I was always I was actually the quiet person, the one that just observed. Growing up north, it's like very quick and fast. So I was always on the fence of back to the wall, watching what's going on. So I learned a lot just by the mistakes some of my friends made.
Hey, bro, ain't nothing like learning something the easy way.
And also the mistakes that I made personally, and found a way to get myself out of it. But ideally, my parents probably were my influence, to be honest. I didn't necessarily have something. I don't think I had any real that inspired me to do something. I always used my own mind. So I was like, I would say I would be influenced by artists, you know, with music. But as far as like in life, I knew that they were just doing this for their image, basically.
Wait a minute. It almost blew past me. It was like, damn, see. Now, I'm not gonna say everybody in your life, but you seem like the most of the people that were doing it were kind of just not necessarily putting up a front, but just kind of like you said, just doing it because it looked good.
Yeah, you gotta be smart about something. You know, growing up in Jersey, gangs was a big thing. So
okay, see, that's where you lost me because
when I say like people were inspired by that gang thing in New Jersey a lot. So I was one to just observe a situation, see how these people treat each other. Like, nah, it ain't for me. You know what I mean? You see how people turn on their friends, so that you realize, yeah, this ain't for me. So yeah, I always tried to lead my own path.
That's real. Now this is gonna be an interesting question coming from you, because you've given such good advice, such good things throughout this entire stream. What's the worst piece of advice that you've ever given? What's advice that you've given that did not work out, like, at all? Now I always set an example. I always say, like, the worst piece of advice I've ever given was like, yeah, I remember I told somebody, bro, they never checked the gas tank, put it right there, and that was horrible advice. It was only that. I only seen it happen one time. It was just that one cop that didn't check the gas tank that one time. And I was just like, bro, I'm telling everybody that they're not checking gas tanks. That was horrible.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Come on now. He's like, look, man, I mean, these that's what you said. Like, yeah, I mean, shit. No, that's real though.
I would say that. I don't know if it's bad advice or good advice.
Okay, yeah.
So, tell my kids, college is, to me, college is a scam. So, the reason I believe it's a scam is because most people who are trying to get a degree in a position, there's not that many jobs. So, you find yourself getting a degree to come out and do some job that you could have just trained for. So it's a way of getting you advice now is for people to take up a trade and think about the military. Think about it. Doesn't mean go to, but if you look at what you get from it, you're going to school, you're getting paid, they're paying for the school, you got a job. So you got all the essentials. Now, again, I don't know that that's good or bad advice, but what I would say is if I did it again, I would have either did a trade or or went to the military. So it could be wrong advice.
I don't know if this is the right term, but I think I'm gonna add a caveat to the college thing. I feel like college is useful if you know how to work it, and the way to work it would be to work it like an indie artist. If you get into a field that you know is lucrative based on the connections that you have, then go in there and make those connections. Especially like, I feel like if you go to college, the best thing to do is to go to college out of town. One, you establishing a network that's completely away from where you grew up. So you got 2 different networks. And then if you're out there, like, just making sure, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, make sure you do the work. Make sure you are good at the craft that you're doing. And then while you're doing that, making sure that you network with people that are higher up. Not even an internship. Like, maybe you just go to a seminar and go shake some hands and kiss some babies type shit. Like, I feel like if you go about it that way, there's a very high possibility rate of you being successful just because you've interacted with these people, and then maybe you went to somewhere else and you saw them again. Now they remember your face. Now you got a reference. And it's just like, you done got a job off of a certain reference and you did the work type of thing. So it's just, I wouldn't say it's useless, but like, I would say certain degrees in there, like you could kind of learn yourself. And then if you know how to network already without going there, then definitely don't spend the money.
Yeah, I say if you're not gonna be a lawyer, doctor, or anything that really requires.
And even then, like, make sure like you network.
Yeah. Networking is very important. But if it ain't those type of degrees, you might as well find you a trade.
Now trade is good for straight money.
I would rather put my money to invest in my kids' business than to invest in that. That's me.
That's real. That is real.
Because if I'm gonna spend all that money, that means that I gotta be betting on you. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, I gotta help you get this loan, get a new job.
And I need a concrete return. I know you're gonna make some money if you start a business. You selling stuff, like, but I gotta wait on you to learn. And it's just like, what if you don't learn it right? Like, what if you, and it's nothing against you, but what if you know, so you get a teacher that's just been on that bullshit. They ain't been getting paid good, and they don't give a fuck. Like, they just out there in the textbook just saying anything, like, bro. So it's just like, damn, you didn't learn it right. So now, bro, you can't apply it right. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, it's a lot of different.
So that could be bad advice that I give, but I give it.
I think that is real. That is real. Oh, he said he's still getting it. That's real though. It's real subjective. Like, I would say, like, more so just understand your options, understand the type of person that you are, and then, like, because I feel like college could work for maybe the average person that just knows what they're getting into and how they need to go about it. Like, if you've been hanging around people that network all the time, and then, like, you want to get into like something that requires some type of degree of certification, then definitely do that. But but require is a very key word, because it's just like, it's just certain degrees that you don't really need to do what you're doing.
I guess the reason I give that advice is because when I was coming up, my mom you gonna either go to college or you go to the military. And said it just like that. So the military didn't sound appealing. You know, all this sound like I'm about to go fight.
Yeah.
But I tell people it's what all you can get from it. So you have the knowledge, and then you can make your own decision. I tell you, don't listen to me. Do your own research. But know that you have other avenues. You don't have to go to college to be successful.
That's the message that we leave off with. Well, not like leave off the show, but leave off that question. Like, just know your options. There it is. Now, you were just talking about that was the advice that you give as a parent. So we're gonna switch to another more, I ain't gonna say shallow, but more superficial question. What's the biggest secret that you kept from your parents growing up? And when I used to ask this, like, I would always get the same answer. So we gonna kind of keep away from I didn't tell them I was fucked. Like, I need something. Like, what's one of them crazy
my parents knew that. My mom was handing me condoms in the 4th grade. She said, don't make me no grandpa.
Damn.
Yeah.
Not 4.
Yeah, she told me the lessons, and then, you know, back in the day, you was able to get help education, so I paid attention. So I had a child when I was ready.
I think I was past ready when I had mine. I was like, well, shit. Like, yeah, let's, yeah, we good. Yeah.
But not secret.
Oh shit.
I don't know.
I feel like
I had like a very, like, my parents were cool. Like they, as long as they knew where I was at, I kind of could do what I wanted to do.
That's real.
To be honest, so I don't. A big secret really would. I was smoking weed one day. I don't know. Which they just caught me. They didn't necessarily, it wasn't really a secret.
Oh wait a minute. Well, hold on. How'd you get caught smoking? Like you like?
I just was smoking, and then I got in the car with them. And it, you know, it was time for me to leave New York. At this time, I was living in Jersey, and at that was around the time when I quit basketball. So my excuse was always I'm an athlete. So I didn't start smoking until I was 17. So once basketball was over, that's when I picked the weed up.
Same shit with football. It was like, yeah, after that last away game senior year, I was like, man, I ain't gonna say I picked it up immediately, but like, yeah, once I came out here for school, it was like, well, shit, you trying to smoke? Well, I'm not trying to not smoke, so yeah, you might as well, yeah. Fast forward, this is like, bro, shit, bro.
I don't know that, especially now. I just was a quiet kid. Like I said from the beginning, I was just quiet. So secret, but if it was serious, I was telling them because I needed their advice.
That's real. Now, this next one, what's the last hard truth that you kind of had to come to terms with about yourself?
That I never really tried. Been doing music since I was 17. You know, you doing a bunch of songs.
Yeah.
But putting on that Piff, YouTube, you putting all these songs up, but never doing it the right way. So ultimately, yes, I was doing a lot, but I wasn't doing it the right way, or going about it the right way.
That's real. That's real honest. I
never really 100% bet on myself. Like I would have the money and just not spend it in the right way. So I would say that was something I realized to myself. Cause like even though 2 projects kind of gave up on rap. And then I was like, you know what? I started reading, and I was like, all right, let me write about what I've been reading. So I really had no intent for any of this music to even do anything.
And look, here you are, being interviewed for the music that you almost gave up on. I just saw a status the other day, like if it's really your calling, it won't stop calling you. And I'm like, yo, that's real. Like, yeah, if it's really your calling, it will not stop calling. Like, why would it only call once? It's your calling, not your call. So, like, yeah, that's real. That was one of the newer questions. Like, I would be trying to figure out if I can answer my own questions. That was like the last hard truth that I had about myself.
Yeah, so that, you know, that's why when I said like jujitsu saved my life, that's like I told you, my end goal to open my own gym, things like that. So that's the thing that I told myself, I ain't gonna quit, no matter what.
Oh yeah.
So I quit a lot of things growing up. That part of it, didn't care no more. So that's the thing when I was like, you know, I started seeing what it was doing for me, and I'm not gonna quit.
That's right.
More so to show my kids, you can do whatever you put your mind to. So you saw me sit on the couch and not do nothing for years. and then you see me get up and win gold medals and stuff like that. And so,
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? So you trying to lead by example.
Now, what's next?
Oh, for me, I'm working on a project. I'm debating on 2 names. I'm not gonna disclose the name, but
Y'all like to steal out there.
absolutely.
Y'all like to steal.
So I'm not gonna disclose the names, but I am working on a project, man. Pretty close to being done. I just want to make sure, again, that I do it the right way. Put it out the right way, and get the best quality music. You know, mixing, mastering, all of that. So that one is kind of more straightforward on my message of us being gods. That's kind of what Elohim touched on. But that was like scratched the surface. That was like, I don't know that I was all the way there in confidence of what I was saying yet.
But now you've done the reading, you've done the soul searching, you with it.
So now I know.
That's
so I can say it with confidence. Yeah. And you know, and it's gonna be for some people, and it won't be for others. And that's, you know, that's perfectly fine.
oh, we finna.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue
Now,
pill.
I want y'all to look at this on the React screen. So, these titles, I'm all about titles. So, can you explain these titles to us?
So the first one is the abbreviation for Yahweh.
Okay.
Which most people know who Yahweh is. Second one is Chuhu. Right? And so when I did my DNA, it traced me back to the Igbo tribe in Nigeria. So they call God Chuhu. Right? Then Anu, I don't know if you've heard about the Anunnaki and all of that, which has been a lot, people talking about that a lot lately, but that's what they would have called God, was Anu.
Y'all see these themes?
So Elohim,
these themes is crazy. Like, okay, so we were just at more rebellion, and every title was a rebellious soul. Now Elohim, now the title of that. Now, I've heard of that phrase before, but what is that exactly?
Elohim means gods with an S.
So plural, and then every title that you've given us is a different variation of God.
Different name.
Did you watch American Gods when it came out? Where you had they following somebody named Wednesday, which is Odin's day, which was Odin. Like it was.
It's called American Gods.
They had Anansi in there, Anubis, Ibis, like real like they yeah. I started watching it when they got rid of Orlando Jones, who was Anansi, but oh, so you never seen any of it? I'm gonna show you a clip from it. It's crazy. I'm gonna show you a clip after this.
The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
The path that I'm on, it ain't my way. It's Yahweh, King of my God. Who you thinking that you Kanye? Yeshua could turn with a wine. I can take ideas from my mind, make it reality real time. When they gon' realize the path that I'm on, it ain't my way. It's Yahweh, King of my God. Who you thinking that you Kanye? Yeshua could turn with a wine. I can take ideas from my mind, make it reality real time. When they gon' realize the kingdom of God is within you, but what does offend you? I say, yeah, gods. Actually, Pastor with it meant fool. They gon' say that wasn't what he meant, as if that wasn't what you really read. They gon' tell you where to go to, them same verses to control you. Put your money in the pot, you see this new Richard Millie that I got? Don't gotta know what it is, when I'm knowing what it's not. Let's play holy on a Sunday, knowing Sabbath wasn't on a Sunday. Ain't it evil to look backwards, let your sons and daughters be your masters? Stole a story off a wall, they ain't even understand. Would've got away with it all, but you niggas reading with the plan. Section 8, child support and these food stamps, all this shit come in handy. Holy Trinity, no wonder why they try to break up the family. Let us make man in the image and the likeness. Us, tell me who's that? Why's bro white face? When it said he had woolly hair, color feet like brass for the love of the money. And the fame like Hollywood, come and take your ass when they hear Merry Christmas. All I see a fat white man with a big old bag. The path that I'm on, it ain't my way. It shall win. King of my God, who you thinking that you Kanye? Yeshua could turn with a wine. I can take ideas from my mind, make it reality real time. When they gon' realize the path that I'm on, it ain't my way. It shall win. King of my God, who you thinking that you Kanye? Yeshua could turn with a wine. I can take ideas from my mind, make it reality real time. When they gon' realize.
What do you think? Do you think you are the one?
Honestly, I don't know.
You know what that means?
Now with that one, so I know that was Yahweh. That was, you know, how a particular culture phrases God.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go from the perspective of that culture? What was your approach with this particular? Because all three titles is pretty much God, but just in three different ways. So what makes this particular track different from the others before we play it?
So that one, what stuck out to me more so, what made me write it was once I started grasping this concept of that we are all God having a human experience.
Mm-hmm.
It brought me back to when Kanye was saying, "I'm a God," right? And I thought he was tweaking in the beginning. I was like, "This dude's tweaking." You know, he's calling himself.
I didn't think he was tweaking at the time. That right there, I didn't think he was tweaking at the time. Now I will say,
he's tweaking now. He's tweaking now.
I don't know what he said lately because he tweaked one time and I just walked away. I was like, God damn, bro, you tweaking. I got it. So I ain't seen him lately, but like
no, he's tweaking now. But you know, that it brought me back to hit that project actually. But you know, this was the beginning of me grasping that concept. The book that I did read that opened me up to that was the Book of God. And that's by Dr. Wesley Muhammad. So that's a good book for you to check out. Yeah, Yahweh, I just knew that was something most people have heard of before. So once I wrote the hook, it became Yahweh. It wasn't necessarily a specific reason.
Mm-hmm.
But if you pay attention to the verse, I'm kind of talking about the Bible and what it's saying in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Which ultimately is where we're getting Yahweh from anyway.
Okay. Now, before we play, now how did you pronounce the second one?
So it's Chuhu.
Chuhu. All right. Now, all those questions are valid. Give me a second, y'all. What culture calls God this?
This is the Igbo in Nigeria.
Okay, in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you go for, before we even play it, did you go for like in a Nigerian perspective? And did you do that through sound or did you do that through context?
So Chuhu, so basically the Igbo believe that they are one of the lost tribes of Israel. So,
and as he answering this, y'all, I'm gonna play it. I'm listening.
Being the one is just like being.
No, I was still listening though. It was just kind of, I felt like the music in the background would have been. So they were the lost tribe of Israel, and then what?
Basically, so they walk around with this so-called Star of David. They call it the Star of Enrique. So they coaches basically they're one of those that the Jews have actually said they're opposed to this. Was trying to basically they cut them to circumcision on the 8th day. Again, this one was more because of my DNA test. I dug into this.
It's crazy how you said that and it matched up. I don't know if you planned that, but I was like, that was there. He was like, I did the DNA test. I know where I came from. I'm like, oh, did he just co-sign himself?
Strange fruit, you see it hung on a tree. These nappy roots of melanin be my identity. Atlantic slave trade, swimming in my pedigree. Coppers with them fire sticks, trying to steal my energy. Happy Thanksgiving sound like dinner with the enemy. Traded in the whips and chains for a whip and chain. Utilizing credit, same shit, it's just a different game. Ancestors know they close by. Give me this message from the Most High.
I'm supposed to say, that's interesting.
So on this tape, I sampled the music.
You already
Yeah, I saw it. I peeped both of those. I was like, yo, that was because that was the Oracle, was it not? Yeah.
So
what's
the correlation of the Matrix is that is what the Matrix is telling you. So if you pay attention to the Matrix, he gets, in the beginning, before Neo knows anything, you could take the red pill, you could take the blue pill, right? So, with that truth, he had to go to the Oracle,
right?
And he was like, go in there, Oracle's gonna tell you if you're the one or not. When he goes in there, she's like, yeah, you know what that says up there? And it's a sign. She says it's Latin. It means know thyself, right? So then she turns around and she asks him, so what do you think? And she's basically like, I don't know. And she says, sorry, kid, you got the gift, but it looked like you waiting on something. So she never gave him no answer.
She really didn't.
She didn't give him any answer. She never told him he wasn't the one. But he didn't believe that he was the one yet. So he didn't become the one until he believed in himself and believed that he was that. So if you fast forward to the fourth Matrix, Trinity, I don't know, have you seen the fourth Matrix?
I ain't seen the fourth
So
one.
the fourth Matrix, Trinity starts flying around. So my thing is this, that message, the message is telling you what's within all of us.
I got it. I gotta go back to that fourth one.
So again, that's why I said you gotta read that Bible for yourself, and it'll tell you.
Cause the way that she it was just her whole presentation of it, just she never said it, but just the way she was almost she kind of made it like she was let down. Sorry, kid, you got it, but you ain't there yet. And then he just took it as, oh shit, it's not me.
It's not me.
No, crazy. it was always you.
You just didn't believe
All
it.
she said was sorry, and then you went with it. That was she was smooth with that. The way she kind of halfway empathized with him. Big shouts to the Oracle. I'm just giving it to the universe of things, but that's crazy.
And when he finally was able to stop the bullets, Morpheus says he's starting to believe.
Okay,
he is the one, and that's what it.
Big shouts to Morpheus, bro. Big shouts to the people in your camp that believe in you more than you believe in your damn self. Bro, that nigga, bro. He was like, look, man, he good, bro. He out here, bro. We ain't seen it. He ain't even seen it. I don't fucking matter. He good, bro. You need them people in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this next one is and you or Anu.
Mm-hmm.
So we were just talking about American Gods. That's not up there with Anubis and Ibis and all them. Those are the ones that take you into the afterlife. I'm like,
Yeah, that's like in Egypt, but Anu, like I said, is a play on the Anunnaki story. Which is basically so like the cover that is one of the tablets from the Epic of Gilgamesh. So basically, this is where they got the story of Moses from. Well, no, not Moses, Noah.
Noah.
So the Noah's Ark story and all of that. That's what that is.
From this right here, roughly translated.
That's in cuneiform. So if you ever look up the Epic of Gilgamesh, that's why I use that cover more so because of.
Hey, Rich 2 folk, this might be the most we've never learned on an episode. No cap.
Hey, woo, I'm above this world. It's a sin for me to love this world. Cause this world don't love you. I done opened up my third eye, praise to a new. Don't you see your God in me? Check the melanin. Ain't a lame as my niggas wasn't settled in. I done took the red pill, got that whole felony. Ain't tryna play fair. We rebelling in. I done gave Yakuba 6K. Now it's time to get this shit straight. Oh, you claiming you superior? We swiping through that clickbait. Let us make man. We had a magnum, made a mistake. Devil treat you better with that pair of skin. Subconsciously, you start thinking you better than all this light skin, dark skin, dumb rhetoric. Crazy part is wasn't for me, would've never been his daddy talking. Tell me why is it that we be steady voting, knowing that we ain't the focus? Tell us choose the lesser evil. Either way, demons control it. You can have your heaven here. You get your mind right. Quit stressing all these world affairs. It's time to shine bright. The misery is all within you. Love, joy, and happiness all within you. What you do, and no matter where you go in this whole world, they do you wrong. Go repent and think it's all good. Cold world. Hey, woo, I'm above this world. It's a sin for me to love this world. Cause this world don't love you. I done opened up my third eye, oh praise to a new. Don't you see your God in me? Check the melanin. Ain't a lame as my niggas wasn't settled in. I done took the red pill, got that whole felony. Ain't tryna play fair.
Took the red pill. Yeah,
Alright, that whole head to rabbit. So,
Hey. That is so now it's just more so about your approach to your projects. Cause you said you almost gave this up, and I'm just trying to figure out why. Like your approach is so methodical and so you know what I'm saying. So the word I'm looking for, I wouldn't say attainable. It's just like so concrete, like so absolute. Like you like check all the boxes that you want to check whenever you're putting a project together. So let's talk about your approach. Like, what do you think about first when you're putting something like this together? Even as, because like I said, I've seen 2 projects during this whole stream, and they're just perfectly themed, all the way down to the title, all the way down to like the little jabs at the theme that you've given off, and all the way down to like the speeches or like little clips that you're using. So how do you go about like, look, I'm about to put a project together. What is your first thought?
I guess for me, the first song that I write, kind of starts guiding it. And then I start, again, most of my new projects, because I went by a different name before this, but a lot of my new stuff is more so like whatever I'm on at that time, whatever I'm reading, whatever I'm studying at that time. I kind of, whatever I've mustered up in my mind after all of that knowledge is what's going to start telling me what I want to talk about. So the first song kind of guides it, and then I think about all the speeches and things like that that I've heard. Who said this? What would fit with this? So, you know, it's just kind of, you got to pick and choose. Like with More Rebellion, I think the samples were great. I think them being in the beginning makes it hard sometimes for people to get to the song, because it's like if you don't give a damn what they're talking about, then you just don't even make it to the song. So that's one thing I did learn from that, was like I believe the samples might have been a little too long on some of the songs, but you know, it just kind of depends on where I'm at with what I'm studying at that time.
I'll fuck with that.
And you know, back to when you said the quitting part, I guess at this point, wherever it takes me is where it's gonna take me. But before, when I say quit, I basically was quitting trying to make it mainstream.
Hey,
whatever that is at this point.
and that speak by itself. That right there. Now, this has been a whole lot. Just kind of just taking it all in right now. What do you think won you over with that contest? What do you think that they kind of was like, yo, he's one of the ones. It's got to be him, along with the rest.
So I think it's because actually rapping. A lot of new stuff now is more like you're dancing around. You either sound like everybody else, saying the same thing. You're a drug dealer, you this, you that. So the typical things. So I believe just my delivery, because like when I perform and I see other people perform, I notice that they're playing the song behind them, which I was taught that you should not rap over your song because it sounds muffled and nobody can hear anything you're saying. So,
Yo, look at you! Looking at you, nigga! Looking at you, nigga! I'm looking at you!
I make sure that I have performance tracks where, you know, when I'm rapping, I think it's very clear. My words are coming out clearer.
That's real. That's a.
And I actually have a message, so therefore, it coming out clear works for me.
Who was that at Hot 97? Like, we laughing at you, nigga! Like, yes, bro, we are talking about you. Now, I think the subject is like the whole thing about high back vocals. I think it's subjective, but there are times where it's just like, yeah, y'all are not, bruh. You rap that 3/4 of the song. Why couldn't you rap that in real life? You know, some of the ones where like you kind of want to just be more entertaining, where you got like some little auto-tune joints throughout your verse. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But if you rapping, then go rap. Like that's what you got into this for. But you know, whatever.
I ain't gonna give them all the juice, but you know, you let some of it play in the back. You don't play the whole song in the background.
Right, like yeah, kind of like if you want to catch your breath, or you kind of like, or you think this part kind of need to be chanted along with, like type of thing. But you know, I could teach a class on the semantics behind back vocals and when to not use them. But you know what I'm saying. But like shout out to you for understanding that, because a lot of people just, bro, they've been out here so long and they ain't grasping. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to let this reposado talk for me, but goddamn, bro, like. We've been trying to tell your stupid ass this whole time, like, bro, just take some of them shits out. Like, yeah, we ain't gotta take them all out. Just take some out. You just, I'm just gonna rock.
Yeah, you can leave your in and outs in there.
Hey, well, rock bottom then, Pleasure P. Do what you gotta do, bro.
But yeah, I know that's one thing somebody mentioned to me that night was mic control. She was like, you know, like, I could hear every word that you said. And then somebody was rapping at the time. She was like, see him? I don't know what the hell he just said the whole time.
She said that?
Yeah. So, we don't, you know, but that is what that's what it sounds like. It sounds very muffled.
Hold on,
so
man.
If
Hold
you're
on.
watching,
Wait.
She ain't say it in a video. It's
a
personal conversation.
No. Okay. I thought like she had said it like like
me and somebody.
So I thought they were judges. And then she had grabbed the mic and was like, "Now hell, I don't know what the fuck he said." I was like, "Oh shit!" I'm about to call her. I was like, "Yo, who you talking at? Yo, you said that about, bro?"
No. Personal conversation with somebody.
Okay.
Somebody else.
That's real. That's real.
To do with it.
I was like, "Who is him that you ain't even know what the fuck he said?" Oh shit!
Yeah, I think that you know, mic control is probably my main thing. Mic control is sounding clear, and the fact that I have a message. I think that was.
And the fact that you have a message.
Which is the main thing, I believe.
That is the mainest of things. Oh, look, this has been a cool old stream. Now I know I learned something today. Now, then did you learn anything? Because this was more so focused on you. Did you learn anything about yourself as you sat down and reflected through all of these questions, through all of these projects, through all of these ensembles of creativity? Did you learn anything about yourself?
I learned that I didn't need no college degree because all this knowledge I got was on my own. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I've learned more in the past 3 years than I have my entire life.
So let's put that on a shirt, y'all. College ain't necessary, but it can be helpful. Matter of fact, we'll switch around. College can be helpful, but it's not necessary. All right, if we see that on a shirt, we taxing you.
Or I could just make a shirt, like I said in the song. You know what I'm saying? Fuck a school.
If we see those two phrases on a shirt,
you know what I'm saying?
We want our money.
That's my thoughts on it. Because, you know, you basically just getting somebody to say you're qualified for a job that you're not qualified for. Because they still got to train you when you get there. So, it's my personal opinion.
Hey.
And I got one. Still painful.
Well, in the words of a certain protege of mine, hey man, say man, to the ones that hate us, to the ones that love us, to the ones that get the opportunity to get into our bubble, couldn't throw these cups up. Where can they follow you at?
So you can follow me on Instagram. I would just put Danxthagoat in, but my actual tag is The Life of a Goat. But again, just type in DANXTHAGOAT. DANXTHAGOAT. Do my Wakanda stuff. Hey, this felt like that show I used to do, which it's always a good vibe. Try not to say that show, well, because it's not my show no more. Big shouts to Wednesday. But hey, I appreciate you coming through. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you for having me.
Next weekend, y'all, we are solving a murder mystery. All right. Y'all gonna see more commercials about it, including this clip right here. This is a clip. Y'all in the clip right now. Y'all ain't even know it. This whole Instagram post. Like you see me, I can't even. Yeah, that's the post that I just went and touched. But yeah, we solving a murder mystery next weekend. So make sure y'all be on stream. We finna be everywhere with it. We gotta figure out who killed this musician. Like I got the packet downstairs. It ain't even open. So if you've seen it, stay out the comments with them spoilers. We got more of the No Love winners coming through. You know what I'm saying? Big shouts to Danxthagoat. Big shouts to those projects again. What I personally took from this is, one, X could mean a lot of things, which sounds like a blanket statement, but it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like between Malcolm X, between the X being like silent, even between like you seeing X like something by somebody, almost like 4x4 type of thing. But like it's just
even in mathematics,
right?
X is the
right, like just the known unknown. To be a known unknown, to be an X. And you know what? We ain't even gonna go too far. Ain't even gonna go too far. But make sure, follow me, find me. Go outside, pick up that rock right out in front of your yard, turn it over. It's been there the whole time. Rich Nelson 2K.